Hi guys, welcome back to Edu. So specifically, they will be blocking the muscarinic cholinergic receptors. So the first drug is the atropine. So we are very familiar with the drug atropine. So it is extracted from the plant Atropa belladonna. So this is actually the plant Atropa belladonna. So salivary secretions will be reduced. So normal salivary production or normal saliva production is the key factor of parasympathetic nervous system, that is for proper digestion. So whenever we are applying atropine, proper parasympathetic nervous system will be blocked. So what happens? Salivary secretions will be reduced. Next is the tracheobronchial secretions will be reduced because whenever there is high tracheobronchial secretions, the tracheal lumen will be occluded with those secretions and all. So proper air passage is not produced. So whenever we are going for surgical intervention, we need proper lumen trachea. So we will be giving atropine so that the tracheobronchial secretions will be reduced so that the airway is very clear. So the dilated trachea can take more air. Now, gastric acid secretion will be decreased. Those are actually the factors of the blockage of parasympathetic nervous system. And GIT motility will be decreased. Simple. Next point is very important. So, the vagal inhibition of heart will be prevented. Vagus nerve is actually the 10th cranial nerve. And it will be, since they are the cranial origin, they will be having the parasympathetic activity. So the vagus nerve will be always inhibiting the heart because they will be secreting the acetylcholine and they will be reducing the heart rate. So whenever we are giving anesthesia, the heart rate will be normally reduced. If at all the vagus nerve is also inhibiting means the heart rate will become very low. That leads to bradycardia and that can even lead to death. So what happens is the vagus nerve will be inhibited. The vagus nerve cannot produce acetylcholine and cannot produce the decreased activity on heart. So what happens? The heart rate will be maintained. Now to counteract the bradycardia. So this is actually the story of Atropa belladonna. If at all you are interested, you can go for the reading. So moving to the features of atropine. Atropine is mainly used in case of dogs as pre-anesthetics. Rabbits have atropinase enzyme that can simply degrade the atropine. So atropine as a pre-anesthetic is not used in case of rabbits. In cattle, it is less used because whenever we administer atropine, the parasympathetic nervous system function decreases and the water content of saliva will be decreasing and the saliva will become more viscous and that can lead to blockage and even that may interfere with the breathing. Severe blockage problems and that can even lead to blots and that may interfere with the breathing. So in cattle, the use of atropine as pre-anesthetic is comparatively less. In horses, if at all we are using the atropine, complete gastrointestinal motility block will be there and that may lead to the decreased gastrointestinal motility may lead to colic. So we are using very less in case of horses. So cats also have the considerable amount of atropinase production. Rabbits and cats, they will be having the atropinase production. So that atropine will be simply degraded into other products. So atropine is actually a racemic mixture of D-hyoscyamine and L-hyoscyamine. The LEVO form of hyoscyamine is actually the biologically active product. So rabbits, they can simply eat the Atropa plant. Now moving to the mechanism of action of atropine. Atropine block the cholinergic muscarinic receptors by acting as competitive antagonist of acetylcholine. So they will be binding to the cholinergic muscarinic receptors in a competitive fashion. So whenever more acetylcholine is there, acetylcholine will be binding. Whenever more atropine is there, more atropine will be binding. So high doses will be blocking the nicotinic receptors at the autonomic ganglia and the neuromuscular junction. Very high doses. Binding action is actually reversible and whenever higher concentration of acetylcholine is attained, the atropine will be taken part and acetylcholine will be binding there. So more effective in blocking responses to exogenously administered cholinergic agonists than those produced by stimulation of cholinergic nervous system. So this is actually the parasympathetic nervous system. So they will be blocked by the atropine. So therapeutic usages. Atropine is used as antispasmodic drug, pre-anesthetics. So that is actually we are discussing. Bronchodilator, ophthalmology, antidote for anticholinesterase poisoning, cardiac stimulant for sinus bradycardia, because they will be completely removing the vagal inhibition. So moving to the pharmacokinetics, atropine sulfate is well absorbed after oral administration, IM injection, inhalation or endotracheal administration. After IV administration, the peak effect in heart rates occur within actually 3 to 4 minutes, or it is known as 3 to 7 minutes. Atropine is well distributed throughout the body and crosses into CNS. That is the very important factor. They will be crossing into the CNS and they will be crossing across the placenta and can distribute into milk in small quantities. Atropine is metabolized in liver and excreted into the urine. So dosage, pre-anesthetic medication, this is actually the dose. So because of the lack of extended efficacy and potent adverse reactions, atropine is not used routinely as a pre-operative agent in ruminants. But if at all we are having no other conditions or we have no other options, we can use atropine. So this is actually the effects of atropine in relation to the dose. Whenever it is a higher dose, that is 10 mg per kg or more, that will lead to ataxia, restlessness, excitement, hallucinations, delirium, coma, and finally death. So drug interactions. So whenever we are giving atropine, we should have to think about the previous drug that is given to the animals. So the following drugs may enhance the activity of atropine, that is the antihistamines, procainamide, meperidine, benzodiazepines, phenothiazines, etc. So the following drugs may potentiate the adverse effects of atropine, that is primidone, disopyramide, nitrates, long-term corticosteroid uses. Atropine and its derivatives may enhance the actions of nitrofurantoins, thiazide diuretics, sympathomimetics. Atropine and its derivatives may completely antagonize the actions of metoclopramide. So presentation, it is available as ampules and vials. So next drug is glycopyrrolate. So moving to the glycopyrrolate, it is actually the synthetic drug, synthetic quaternary ammonium compound. It is also known as glycopyrronium bromide. It is 4 times more potent in reducing the secretions. They are more potent than atropine in reducing secretions, that is gastric acid secretions, salivary secretions, and tracheobronchial secretions and intestinal secretions. So due to the polar structure, they won't cross the blood-brain barrier and they will not be producing the CNS coma lesions and all. So they are actually preferred in the C section of dogs because they won't cross placenta and they won't decrease the heart rate of fetus. So you should have to keep that point in your mind. In the anesthesia in C section, we will be giving glycopyrrolate in case of the animal is dogs. So moving to the pharmacology, antimuscarinic with similar action as atropine, glycopyrrolate is the quaternary ammonium compound, and unlike atropine, they does not cross appreciably into the CNS. So they will not be crossing appreciably. We cannot say that 100% of glycopyrrolate will not be crossing CNS. It is actually the appreciably mathematics. So they should not exhibit the same extent of CNS adverse effects as atropine possessing. So using the glycopyrrolate injection is approved for use in dogs and cats mainly. The FDA approved indication for this species is as pre-anesthetic anticholinergic agent. So sometimes we are also using treating the sinus bradycardia. So moving to the pharmacokinetics, quaternary anticholinergic agents are not completely absorbed after oral administration, but quantitative data reporting the rate and extent of absorption of glycopyrrolate is not available. In dogs following IV administration, the onset of action is generally within 1 minute. So since they are having a very large polar structure, they will be having the poor lipid solubility and they does not readily penetrate into the CNS or eye. So dose is actually, you can see the doses. So drug interactions is the same as that of the atropine. Now moving to the presentation, you can see this is the ampule, that is 1 ml single dose vial, that is in 1 ml it will be having 0.2 milligram of glycopyrrolate. So this is actually the next type of presentation, that is 20 ml vial. So it will be having 4 mg in the 20 ml. That is actually the 0.2 mg per ml. This is the 200 mcg per ml packet. Ampules, licolate and pyrrolate IV injections. This is actually the pyrrolate injection. We are very familiar in Kerala. Mainly this company is producing the glycopyrrolate injections. Thank you. So we will be uploading the next part of pre-anesthetics, that is the remaining part.